In this video, I just want to take you through a typical week in the running training I'm doing leading up to the Ultra I've got in a few weeks' time. So I'm starting this video on a Wednesday today. I know that doesn't necessarily make sense to start the week on Wednesday, but it's because today we've got a rest day. So I'll take the opportunity to tell you a bit about what we're doing and then we'll move on to start tomorrow. In terms of where I am with training at the moment, I'm just building up into the largest amount of miles I'm going to be doing per week before tapering down before the actual race. I've just been to the Lake District. I was doing some training there in the mountains with a friend. And so now we're back to the standard week's training. So at the moment I'm doing about 35 to 45 miles a week. It's not actually that much in terms of training for long distance running, but the issue I'm having at the moment is every time I try to push it beyond that, up to sort of 50 miles around there, I can do it for a week, but then I either start getting niggles and injuries, or it's just overtraining. I become very tired and start not being able to perform. I can't recover fast enough, and I think it's because I've only really got into this in the last few years. I don't have that base of many, many miles. And so for me, the better strategy, rather than just getting in lots and lots of miles, which is a fair, valid strategy, for me, I think to make every run very efficient and try to keep the actual total amount of running down a bit to around 40, 45 miles a week, that works better for me. So I am being very careful about every run I do has a purpose. It's either a long run for endurance, or it's a hard run for speed and strength, or it's a recovery run to help get rid of the muscle soreness and so on. But yeah, let's get on with it. Tomorrow's run. So for the next few days I'm in Oxford, which means I've only got flat roads to run on, which as much as I tend to hate, because it's not hills, it does mean I can do really good interval sessions, which I started doing recently. So the plan today is to do 5 minutes all out running, as fast as I can manage, then a minute's rest, and then do that 5 times over. I've hit the dead end. So that's a 1.5 mile warm up done. I think it's time to start. That's 3. It's so hot and humid today. Time to go again. All done. I think I've got one more in me. Got them done. I've just stepped off the road over there just to get some quiet. It's a funny thing, intervals, the way I see it, or the way it works for me, in that when you're doing them, particularly the second, third ones or whatever, they hurt so much that you don't think you're going to be able to do another one, or you're not even going to prepare to do another one. But then as soon as you stop, you recover pretty quick. I just walk in the bits in between, and you recover so quickly that then suddenly, well, not completely recovered, but the pain, the thought of the pain just disappears and you're ready to do another one. A bit stupid really, but it works for me. It's the way I get through them. I do highly recommend them, even if they're shorter than this. Well, the way I used to do it in Cambridge when I was there is I would race the rowing eights down the river, which was a lot of fun because you've got an obvious thing next to you to run against, and you could really piss off the coaches by getting between them and their boats, which was entertaining. Good morning. It's a beautiful day today. Just going for a short recovery run, just a few gentle miles. I had a bit of a niggle in my shin yesterday, so hopefully this will just test things out, see how we're going. But yeah, what a day. When I was running yesterday, I found a path that goes off down the river, off the pavement, so I'm going to see if I can find that. It'd be nice to get back on some trails again rather than this road. Look at that, free apples. I found the path. It's actually really nice. Who would have thought you'd have this in the middle of Oxford? As I'm sure you probably noticed, I'm actually running barefoot today. I try to get in at least one run or at least part of a run each week barefoot. I find it really helps with my technique. Although if you are tempted to do it, start really, really slowly. It's very easy to get injured if you start out and do a bit much too soon. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Okay, well that path lasted less than a minute and we've now hit some sort of car park. So, oh well. You certainly get much more involved in the paths you're running on barefoot. Slipping all over the place here. That's about it for today. I've got a rest day tomorrow, so I shall see you in a couple of days' time for some longer stuff. So today it is Monday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday, and I'm doing the final run of the training week, which Mondays and Tuesdays is the long run. So either I do one big one on one of the days, or I do one on Tuesday and one on Monday. The Tuesday one being in the evening, and the Monday one being the next morning. So that's what I've done this week. And last night I did a 10-mile run in the dark, headed out at 8. The run through till 10 with a head torch. It is now about 8 o'clock, just after 8 o'clock, and I'm 3 miles into this one. So yeah, 10 yesterday. Today I'm doing a 20-mile run. I didn't bother filming yesterday because I think you've probably seen enough running by now. But yeah, so as you can imagine, my legs feel like lead today. So we shall see how it goes. How about this? Not a bad waterfall. I come past this quite often. It's the most beautiful place. We're at the top. We're about 7 miles now. You can see up ahead. Amelia Tower, always a good sight at the top of a run. Anyway, so I'm up at the tower now. I've just met Jude, who runs a trail running company, Surrey Hills, Run Surrey Hills. But yeah, so we've just been talking about
running in the hills.
Running in the hills, basically.
Surrey Hills, getting out there with the dogs, who are Annie, and Pip.
So I've just come down from the tower just up there, literally just like 300 metres up there. And now I want to introduce you to someone who has, let me just get rid of this. I want to introduce you to someone who has supported me endlessly through my entire ultra running career, never let me down. Snickers. Amazing.
getting pretty tough at the moment. But these are the times that you're kind of looking for in these runs, as much as they're hideous, or the way I see it. Because if you can get into these lows, like I'm in currently, that then gives you the opportunity to push through that. And if you can push through it now in training, then you can push through it in the actual race. And so, in a funny way, I'm kind of seeking out the lows. Although obviously I don't tell myself that at the beginning of the run. But yeah, it's time to really dig deep now. And then just like that, the low points pass. Suddenly you feel fantastic again. Your legs hardly feel fresh, but there's a new sort of wind to them. You feel great, and these are the moments that I look for in running. This is what keeps me doing it. It's when you reach the bottom, you feel like your legs can't move on anymore, and everything's just screaming at you to stop. You push on just a bit further, and you hit that final, well, just another reserve of strength and energy you didn't know you have. For me, that's what draws me to all these things. The running in particular, it's just, that is the most incredible feeling when you find that point and just realise you can go far further than you ever thought you could. So yeah, let's get going. So I'm back up at the tower again. "19 miles, almost there."
So that's just over 20 miles in a bit over 4.5 hours. Not fast, but then that's not what these long runs are for. That's all the runs in my weekly training schedule, training for this ultra at the moment. Each week is pretty much the same, a bit different. Next week I'll have a bit of an easier week, so my long runs will be shorter. The rest will be pretty much the same, but the long runs will be down to sort of 10 and 15 miles maybe. And then after that I start ratcheting it up to the biggest runs before the actual race itself. But yeah, I hope it was interesting. I realised it might have been a bit dull because it was just running, but then I guess that was the nature of this video. You clicked onto it. Let me know what you do want to see. I'm very happy to cater towards that. Next week, or the week after, whenever the next one comes out, it'll be a post on beginning running, so advice based on where I was 2 years ago wanting to get started in, for me, long distance running, but it applies to any running, and some of the top advice I have for that, including the main thing which I think is really important. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe and check out the blog if you're on YouTube. There'll be a link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.